let me just address that.
In your
I am
opinion.
a natural body supremacist. Granted, obviously, take care of your hygiene, take care of your grooming, but yes, I'm not in favor of plastic surgery. I don't like fake boobs. I don't like fake lips. I don't like lipo. The lipo belly looks worse. Give me a girl with like a little belly fat. And the reality is, if you bend over, like most people, unless they're like really low body fat, you're gonna have a little belly. It's okay. You don't got to be like super low body fat all the time. In fact, I don't think it's super healthy, especially I think even for women, because then if your body fat gets too low, I guess it has an impact on your menstruation, I guess. So very much against labiaplasty, by the way. I'm very much natural body supremacist. If you need to be talked out of a labiaplasty, my DMs are open. I'll help you out. I'm a nice guy like that. Wait, what?
I said you're a female doctor.
Oh, I'm against the BBLs. What? That looks so bad. It's so fucking terrible.
They do. But a lot. Also, I was gonna say that a lot of men like don't really like know like
what the difference looks
the
like?
differences. Like even
Yeah,
like
the good
Photoshop,
surgery.
you guys will
It's
see
your trickery.
Photoshop, and then you'll be like, yeah, that's
Yep.
natural.
Yep.
And then you guys don't like really realize it's Photoshop.
A woman's face is shit. Wait, how does it go? Or what? Oh my God, how am I dropping the ball on this? A woman's face is her work of fiction. A man's face is his autobiography.
I don't know what that means.
That's a good
It means that women put gallons upon gallons of makeup on their face and do everything they can possibly do, including taking the right filters with selfies, the right angles, and everything else.
Oh.
I'm
Men
so
don't wear
sorry.
makeup by and large, and you can
Majority
basically
of these
figure
people aren't
out
wearing that much
probably
makeup
what a
on
man does for a living by how weathered it is and how beat up he looks.
Why don't you
Yeah.
go shave
Also,
that
wait.
beard
I just want to address
Andrew?
your thing. I just want to. Okay, guys, keep it. All right, play nice. Put your swords away. Okay.
You know.
Can I share a quote?
One sec. I know you wanted to come in on something. I just want to say, so I actually think the female beauty standard that feminists cry about is actually more than obtainable for like 90% of women. So, okay, flat stomach, you don't need abs, maybe a little bit of muscle tone, healthy BMI. That's very obtainable for most women. Whereas I would argue the male beauty standard that's rarely challenged by mainstream media is literally unobtainable without 2, if not 3 of the following: elite genetics, steroids, and 5+ years of basically treating the gym like a part-time or second
Get in the
job.
gym.
I agree with that.
Like if you, for example, if you look at the Superman movie, or sorry, not the superhero movies, and you look at all the male superheroes, they're typically like in insane shape. A lot of them are on steroids.
You're saying the woman superheroes aren't? They're usually
No,
they're
they're
like a Pixar mom.
who's the girl who plays
are you
Wonder
talking about?
Woman? What's her
No,
name?
they look soft. They don't even look strong.
Gal Gadot. She's like has barely any like.
They're more
That's
focused
like
on
an
his tiny
average-looking
waist.
girl, like an average. Granted, she's thin, right? Or not, I don't know if thin's the right word, but she's a healthy BMI. That is like her body is achievable by vast majority of women.
I think the high body standard for men is placed by men though. I don't think a lot of the times
isn't it the
men
same, though, for-
directing
Yeah.
superhero movies that are like, oh yeah, Superman has to look like this. Women don't care about
Right,
that.
but there's always this conversation of,
That's so true.
the
What do
beauty.
you mean they don't care? Of course they care about that.
Spider-Man is like woman's favorite superhero. He's not anything. He's a child.
He's just some dude.
No, the male physique.
Spider-Man is literally just skinny.
And what women, I mean, we have more data on this when it comes to, what's considered like positive physiognomy and this type of thing than you can imagine. And yet, obviously, there's a standard which women have that they have a preference for, and they have an overwhelming preference for it. They want to see Superman with abs and big muscles. Okay,
you
they
guys
do.
want to see bitches
Yeah,
with
that's
fake
that's
tits and
men.
fat asses.
Let's go around the
Majority
table
of
and
the
ask
media.
if
The
we've
movie,
ever
like,
been, if we've ever.
300.
Can we go around the table and ask if we've ever dated a very muscular gym guy?
Well, just because you can't get
My
one
boyfriend
doesn't
is.
mean that they wouldn't prefer one.
Most girls can get one.
yeah,
fine.
most girls
My
can
boyfriend's a
get
gym
one.
rat, and he's perfect.
Like, and also, I don't think what me and Andrew are saying. It's not like as a guy you have to look like The Rock to get women, or that all women necessarily prefer the ideal. But when we're
That's
having
exactly what he's saying, though.
no, but when we're having a conversation about this,
Saying most women do. Most.
I'm just stating the cost of a perfect body for each gender. Like, you take like an average 18-year-old woman, she's probably fairly close to the idealistic female body, whereas comparing it to the idealistic the idealistic male body, the amount of work and genetics, even drug intervention that's required to do that is insane. So did you have something?
Oh my gosh, now I got a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Was it about your man?
No.
I've got a quote.
Good times.
Lala has something.
Yeah, just a quote to share. That a hurtful truther is better than a happy liar.
I've heard that.
Good quote.
I've heard that. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, just worded differently. People prefer comforting lies over uncomfortable truths.
They shouldn't.
That's another way
They
too.
shouldn't,
So, where were we?
Well, can I ask this? Do you honestly believe, on average, if a woman had to choose between a man who had, let's say, 10, 15 extra pounds on him, right, or a man, and I'm just talking physically, I'm not talking about personality, none of that stuff, just physically, or a man who was in very good shape, who had maybe a flat stomach and seemed to be well muscled, you're saying that would not be the preference for most women?
Oh, I
Could
actually
be my
have an
preference.
answer.
How about most?
Yeah, I have an answer to that. I actually have a ton of influencer friends in like TikTok and Instagram, and honestly, their boyfriends are not the standard of attraction, but they have that character, which is like, I am the provider and the protector, and their girlfriend, which is my friend, they're usually like very homemade.
Yeah, so you're getting into personality.
Yeah.
I literally said, forget personality. Don't bring in the personality traits or how they are, how they act. I'm not even talking about that. Just saying physically, most women swipe right? There's a reason that they do. What do you think that is? Could it be that they have kind of like physical things that they're after, like height, for instance, is a big one?
I think you meant to say.
There's tons of polls on this. At what point are we going to just kind of grant that this is objective reality that women would obviously prefer men who are in better shape and look better?
I love a man that has a chubby boy heart.
Yeah, I like a dad bod. I really
love a
like
chubby
dad
boy heart.
bod.
A lot of women do.
I
don't.
like
I do not.
I like somebody who looks healthy. I mean,
Personality, personality quirks again. What about physically?
No,
I just said
that.
We all
never
said it, sir.
personality quirks. I just said it's a teddy bear kind of.
Like me and Priya, like we said, we like, and Haley did too. We like more fit men. That's our preference. But I don't think that they're lying when they say that they do prefer men with men bods, because a lot of my friends like men with men bods. And honestly, my boyfriend now is the first fit man I've ever dated. They weren't like fat per se, but they weren't like they took their shirt off and you were like impressed. Okay, until now.
But of course, you're dating a fit man, right?
Now I am. And I said I prefer fit. But I'm not saying I don't think that they're liars for saying that they
I just
don't.
think it's a PC. I just think it's
ask
like a
them if they're
politically
lying. I
correct
asked them a
answer.
question about what they think the average woman would prefer.
Right now, honestly, I do think it's a dad bod. Most of my friends all say the same thing.
Cap.
That is the preference.
No, a lot of women.
now
A
in
lot of women do
society.
not like the gym guys. It's because
it's
I
too
know you
much.
said not personality, but a lot of women associate a man with a very great physique to have a certain type of ego and personality.
Yes.
So a lot of women don't go after those type of men and they just naturally don't find them attractive anymore because they have a predisposed opinion on how they're going to act. So we can't say what most women are like because not all women.
No, we can because we have all sorts of polling data and we know what dating sites
and then
say
these
the
polling
preferences
datas, who do you
are.
guys
We know
ask us for?
everything
I've never
on
answered
this
polls,
particular
so I
topic.
don't
We know
know.
more
I've
than
seen
almost any other topic
them bring up
sociologically
some
with the dating
like
preferences
Hinge
of
and
women,
stuff like that showing
the
what
physiques that
women
they're
like.
after,
Don't worry about
the
it.
heights that they're after. We basically know almost everything that they're looking for, and they definitely do not prefer a man bod over a guy who's in good shape. On average,
Well,
not even close.
I know you said not without personality, but are we talking about to date or to hook up with? Because a lot of people are on Tinder to not date. They're just they're to hook up.
I'm just
So a
talking
woman might
about the
want a
physical
6'1"
characteristics.
ripped guy
How do
to
we
hook
get
up
to
with,
the
but not
personality,
okay.
Kiko?
Can you ever
How do
tell
we get
him
to the
to, like,
personality
not
if
cut
the
us off?
preference first starts with you must be 6'1"?
I
Or you must be over 6 foot. How
Where
do
are
we
you
even
getting
get
this
you
information?
can't hear us because you keep talking, so you can't hear us.
Take them off.
I think,
End call.
I think
know.
also what,
Make your point. Go ahead.
I think also what like Kiko is saying is usually a person's physique can be implicative of their character, and in my experience personally, and I know a lot of other girls who have gone through this, gym bros tend to be very vain and they tend to like criticize their partner because they want them to be at the same level, but that can be sort of like wearing down on their partner, and that's why I personally, and a lot of other my girlfriends, they prefer the dad bod because those people are much kinder, much less vain.
Stereotyping.
The reason that you keep on bringing up personality, all of you avoiding this question, not all of you on the panel, but the two I'm engaging with anyway, keep avoiding this. Assume for a second that the same exact personality that they're attracted to, whatever that is, whatever those characteristics are that those people like as a personality trait, happens to also be packaged in a body that is more physically fit than not. Would they prefer that?
Donated $200. Everyone has a type. Did you pick your partner based on a poll? Watch Good Will Hunting and listen how Robin talks about his late wife. BTW, thank you babe for the Joe Malone.
Oh, I bought him a cologne recently, Joe Malone. And then I also bought him Elaba. Cologne.
Cool story, bro.
So yeah, I would like an answer to this, which is the reason you keep on bringing in what I prefer personality-wise and blah 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 is because you don't seem to want to answer this question. But you just simply stated this: if you had all those same personality types, like the person didn't change, but they just happen to be more fit and in better shape, wouldn't you prefer that to the alternative? That's the question.
No, I already answered that. I said I love a chubby boy.
And I said
heart.
yes, I would. She said yes, she would. She said yes, she would. She said no. 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 She said no.
We've gone in circles, Andrew. We've gone in circles and we've gone nowhere.
No, it's the personality that we're really after.
She's the
so
only
I'm
one who
making
brought
it
up
all else
personality.
equal and saying, okay, they have the same personality, but they, instead of being 5'5", they're 6 foot. Would you prefer that?
I dated someone that was 5 feet.
Kiko.
Now he's changing it up because he didn't like our answer.
No, because it's the same question.
My ex-boyfriend was 5'7". My boyfriend now is 6 foot.
You don't answer. You don't know.
We've all fucking
Hold
answered.
on. Let's not do insults. No insults, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me change the topic. All right. I don't think we're gonna.
He goes in circles. He's like.
Just let me move. Let me move it on. Okay. All right.
I'm glad she's not.
Andrew, take a drag. Andrew, take a drag of your cigarette.
I know. Yeah, maybe pass it around.
Well, how can it be this hard just to answer a direct question? The question is, if all else is equal, okay, you're saying you would actually not prefer that your man was more fit, even if he maintained all of his personality quirks.
Can I add to that?
Because there's a thing, people have different preferences on body. Not all women are just looking for, like how I guess all men just want the biggest tits and the fattest ass and the smallest waist. Women have different preferences.
I got it. Hold on, no. I kind of want to you could ask me the question, like, Brian, but be honest, like, all things being equal, would you prefer a chick with some, like, giant natural titties or even just big titties over, like, an A cup? And you know what? I might take the A cup.
Thank you. Okay.
I might.
There's a difference.
But wait, where are you going, Kiko? Where are you going? Is that a rage quit? Is it a rage quit?
No, final smoke break.
Oh, shit.
But Brian, if I asked you on average, do you think most men would prefer the A cup? What do you think they would say?
So, I think most men would prefer some giant titties. I'm gonna say it.
Right.
I think it's the case. Don't get me wrong. I like big boobs are nice, but I just. Okay, I'm gonna piss off everybody else. Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you, Nick. So here's my hot take. I'm probably gonna get canceled for it. So, a woman who's got big boobs, she can be hot, she can be sexy, but she can't be beautiful. But a woman with smaller boobs, she can be all those things, and she can be beautiful.
What the fuck?
Like in your head, your personal.
Like, I don't know, just like giant fucking
Is there more
titties.
context to
It can be, you can be attractive, you can be very hot, you can be sexy, whatever. But like, if you look at the Greek statues, the Roman statues of women, they didn't have these like giant fucking can crusher knockers. You know what I mean? They had like modest titties. The titties were modest in the Greek sculpture days.
Seemed like.
And that's just my thoughts on the matter.
You guys like to talk about biology, but what about the woman, like, who's gonna nurse your child?
Of course you're upset by it.
Who's gonna nurse your child?
Of course.
Who's gonna nurse your child?
Of course, fucking Anais upset. Brian, how dare you?
Yeah, but who would?
I got big titties. Why you gotta come after
Let's
me?
be honest.
I mean, most of the time it's formula now that nurses people's children, right?
Yeah, okay, but let's say back then, since you guys like to talk about biology and like back all the way back then.
Don't get me wrong. Nice big
you
titties
guys
are
like
great.
to talk about that stuff. You guys always like to bring that stuff
Deal
up.
40
Yeah, that is why-
$200. Bro, they answered you multiple times. Some like ripped dudes and some like dad bods. If you want to quote averages, find a study or two with references. Unless you've published your own research.
That's my name.
Okay, so let me respond to D041. If you're as delusional as these women and think all things equal, if they have the same personality type inside of men that women would prefer to have the fat one, you're a fucking idiot. You're as dumb as the majority of the simps that are probably in these women's OnlyFans chats. Nobody believes that for a second. Why would they? It's completely fucking insane. It's just like me saying, if I could have my wife, right, in her 21-year-old form versus her, the form she's in right now, which would I prefer? It's a pretty easy question.
Someone send this to his wife. Send this to his wife. Send this to his wife.
His wife is watching, I think. Yo, what's up, Rachel? Yo,
What do you think?
W's
She's
in the
as
chat.
delusional as you are?
Yo, W's in the chat for
I feel
Rachel.
so-
W's in
I
the
mean,
I
chat.
feel bad for
Hey,
you.
can I ask you something, Andrew?
Oh my god.
How tall are you?
Ask away.
Hey, how tall are you? Let's be
He's a
honest.
fucking.
I'm 6 foot tall.
You give short man energy.
Whoa.
I mean, you give dumb skank energy. So-
Good. Let the horse live.
Guys, put the swords away. Just to address the short, I even though I'm 6'1", I am a ally to short men. I'm in solidarity with
Yeah,
short
I
men.
love short guys, but I'm
I
saying
object.
short guys.
I don't like the short
sometimes
man.
short guys tend to
Let me ask
act
you a
like
question.
Mr.
Fine.
Andrew over
How about
here.
this?
Napoleon.
Kika knows where this is going.
Syndrome.
Kika knows where this is going. So actually, let's do split on this, Nick. So if it's okay to say short man energy, is it okay
To say,
to say fat woman energy? Huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like they
Yeah.
don't
I want to
Wait,
say
wait,
yes, but I also feel like I should.
Yeah.
But like, what's fat? When
yeah,
we say
women
we say
don't
short
ask
man
a certain
energy,
way.
we're talking about the Napoleon complex. That's actually a researched topic. So when you say fat woman energy, what are you saying? Are you saying like the ones who hop up on there and like complain that they should be loved no matter what? Yeah, that shit's annoying.
Yeah.
I agree. If that's what we're getting at, then
But I don't like. We shouldn't shame people for
Well, don't
things
go
that
back
are out of
now.
their control.
Don't go back
No,
now.
You can't shame short men. They can't.
It's not shaming them for being short. It's shaming them for the way
Of
they
course,
act.
Yeah.
It's which
Yeah.
they can't control,
Well, but literally the words are short man energy.
which relate to the way they act. It's energy.
it's the
is
energy, not
it's
the
energy is the
physical
big
No,
one at the
but
end.
then why attach short man? It's offensive and mean to short
Because
men.
it's like a
and I will
stereotype of how they
defend
reinforce
short
that
men
behavior.
to the death.
Okay.